My name is Ryuta Sato. I'm 33 years old, working at an international company. When I was in high school, an exchange student from Russia did a homestay with my family, and that's when I became interested in the world. I'm still in touch with Alexei, who speaks perfect Japanese, and nowadays, we sometimes even see each other through our work. Because I studied English and Russian in college, I had a lot of international business trips. I even have a family now.
So, this time you have a business trip in Russia for a month?
Yeah, I'll be in the capital, Moscow.
I see. We'll miss you.
I'm sorry. I have to leave you two alone again.
Don't worry. I completely understand.
I'm grateful you think that way.
Daddy, you're leaving again?
That's right. I'm going to be in a very, very cold country.
What's Russia like?
It's really big, and your dad's friend is there.
I remember. It's Uncle Alexei, right?
Your uncle, huh?
Alexei, is that the guy that came to our wedding?
Yep. He's the Russian that loves Japan. It seems like just yesterday he came to Japan as an exchange student.
Are you going to see him?
Of course! He works in the Moscow office.
I'm sure you guys will be able to catch up and reminisce.
I'm sure we will.
Oh yeah, why don't you take him a souvenir from Japan?
Yeah, great idea!
Maybe some candy would be safe.
Daddy, when are you getting on the airplane?
The first Tuesday of next month.
You have to make sure you don't get sick.
Aw, Mommy, you've become such an adult.
Both of you, if you don't eat, the curry will get cold. Don't you want the milk pudding dessert?
I want dessert.
Momoko, your curry rice is the best in the world. This is my wife, Momoko. She's a year younger than me, and I was introduced to her through a mutual friend. Right as I entered my 4th year at work, we were blessed with our beautiful daughter, Mommy. Every day was happy, surrounded by my beautiful family. I wonder what I'll talk about with Alexei when I see him. I can't wait to get to Russia. I had the milk pudding in one bite, took a bath with my daughter, and once I tucked her in, I fell straight asleep too. I just checked into the hotel.
That's good.
The 4-hour flight felt long.
That was fast.
Unlike Europe or America, it's a lot closer. The hotel has Wi-Fi connected too, which is great.
Have you met up with Alexis yet?
We have plans to have dinner at a restaurant tonight.
You are overseas after all. I hope you have a good time with him tonight.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, you said this business trip was about a month, right?
Yeah, that's right. I'll be back by the middle of next month.
I see. Got it.
Don't worry. I'll let you know as soon as the time comes.
Sure. Take care.
Are you okay?
What?
It just seems like something's bothering you.
Oh, no, it's nothing at all.
Do you have nothing to worry about? Please, tell Mommy that as well.
She was crying so much at the airport, wasn't she? Saying, "Daddy, don't go."
Guess I need to finish my work quickly and get back to Japan as soon as possible.
I guess so. Well, I'm gonna get going now, too.
Thank you for messaging me.
You're welcome. Let's talk again before bed.
After speaking with Momoko, I was a little sweaty, so I took a light shower. Since today was a travel day, I had the rest of the day off, so I opened up my laptop in the hotel arranged by my company and quickly organized my documents. I took a nap, watched some movies and anime on Netflix, and killed time, until it was finally dinner time, and I was finally reunited with Alexei. Ryosha! Long time no see! Ryuta! I'm just glad to see you're doing well. Haven't been called by the nickname in a while. You're as tall as ever! Especially since you've always been so small. Hey, don't tease me right off the bat. It still hurts. I'm just joking. You know, in Japan, I'm average height. My dad and my little brother are both over 6 feet too. Let's not talk about height anymore. How's your family? My wife and daughter are as good as ever. I'm jealous. I want to marry a beautiful woman too. You don't need to rush. You're still 33, right? That's exactly what makes me want to rush. Hey, do you know anyone good? Introduce me. Let me think about it. Alright. Well, tonight is my treat. I want you to get a good taste of Russia. Spasibo, Ryosha. Pozalusta. We spent almost 3 hours eating and catching up at the restaurant. And the next day, I got straight to work. Sometimes I would video call my family using the hotel or office Wi-Fi, and Mommy was completely done with crying. Working with Alexei's colleagues in order to make this ongoing project a success, we all became one team in the meetings. Time flew by, and thank you so much for everything over this last month. Don't mention it. We were helping each other. No, but you really did help me. You and your family helped me so much in Japan. I'm only returning the favor. Come, visit us in Japan again. Everyone wants to see you. About that... I actually had my boss approve a long-term leave. And I'm in the middle of planning a Japan holiday. Oh, really? That's great! I'll let you know once I book my flights. Do you think you can come within this year? Of course. And I want you to be my tour guide. Leave it to me. I'll pick a few spots. If possible, I want to have your mom's shabu-shabu. Gotcha. See you soon, Ryosha. A few hours later, I landed at the airport and turned my cell phone on. And had over 200 missed calls, all from Mommy, and tons of voice messages. Crap! I had my phone turned off from last night because I was busy getting ready to come home. Hello? Mommy? It's Daddy. I'm so sorry I couldn't answer the phone. Mommy?
Daddy, help me.
Huh?
Mommy, she...
Calm down, Mommy! Exactly what happened?
Hiccups.
Take deep breaths. In, out.
Well, you were in Russia for work. Mommy brought a stranger into the house.
A stranger?
Wasn't Grandpa or Grandpa. It was a man I didn't know.
What?
When I don't have school, she takes me somewhere and then leaves me alone.
What?
Even for food, it's only cup noodles or ice balls from the convenience store. Mommy hasn't made anything.
Is that the truth?
Yes,
Is your mom home right now?
she's in the living room, watching TV with a strange man.
No way. Was she having an affair right in front of her daughter's eyes? And where are you now, Mommy? Your room?
Yes, I'm in my bed.
All right, I'll be home soon.
Please, come back fast.
I'm sorry you're feeling so sad. It might be hard, but try not to come out of your room for now.
I'm a good girl, so I'm gonna listen to what you say, Daddy.
I'm so proud of you. Hang tight. I'm getting in a taxi now. My spine was frozen, and I felt the blood rushing from my face. Just hours after I said bye to Alexei at the Moscow airport, I was whiplashed back into reality. Hold on. Is Momoko having an affair? 1 month ago, there was no suggestion of that. My mind was becoming more and more jumbled, but more than me, I had Mommy to worry about. My daughter was my number one worry. I needed to get home as soon as possible. I got a taxi home and gave them my address. After 30 minutes in the car, I arrived home. Momoko!
Ryuta?
What is this about? Explain yourself!
You're back already? I thought your plane was landing at night.
Last night I told you before I went to sleep that I should be back just past noon.
Right.
So who's that guy? Oh, husband. Nice to meet you.
This is Mr. Takuto. He's from the company I was working at before I became a housewife. Well, you were away. I didn't have anyone to spend my nights with, and...
So, you admit that you're having an affair?
No, it's not an affair.
And to invite him over while Mommy is home. What were you even thinking?
Ugh, you don't understand. Women also want the same things as men sometimes.
I'd also just gotten a divorce and was feeling sentimental, so we both agreed and did it. I didn't ask you. Can you shut up for a bit? Okay. This guy, behaving like this at that age.
It's not like we're in love or anything.
Huh?
To put it simply, I guess you could say friends with benefits.
Better not have done it in front of Mommy.
Of course not. We would go to love hotels to do that. Even today, we were just about to leave.
And what were you planning on doing with Mommy while you were out?
That girl's in the 1st grade. She can stay at home by herself, you know.
What are you saying? Do you know that she's underage?
Shut up! I don't need to be lectured on anything, on everything.
I was irritated and disgusted by Momoko, who could only come up with excuses. The man she was flirting with in the living room was Takuto. Apparently he looked after her at the company she was working at for a few years, but I had never met him before. I'm pretty sure he wasn't even invited to the wedding. I was starting to lose a sense of reality. So when and how did you start seeing this guy?
It's honestly pretty simple. He said that he divorced his wife and that he wanted to play.
And you said okay.
You were on an international business trip, so I thought a little bit might be okay.
Don't worry. It's not like either of us were serious about this. Didn't I tell you to shut up? Whatever. That personality is what makes you so unlikable. You!
Can you stop with this childishness? Mommy can hear everything from the 2nd floor.
You have no right to be saying that. The poor girl was hiding in her room and called me over 200 times.
Why would she do such a thing? Maybe it was a mistake to give her a kid's cell phone.
She was calling me in tears. It hurt my heart.
What is this? All you ever think about is her.
She's our precious girl.
I'm also a girl, first and foremost, before being a mother. You could pay a little attention to me sometimes too, you know.
I have worked my butt off for you and Mommy.
It's not like money solves everything. That's because you loved me. Because I thought you would always treat me like a princess. I married you.
You're the one that said yes when I proposed.
What do you want me to say?
Is this a joke? Because of my job, both domestic and international, I told you before we got married that I would have a lot of business trips.
That was years ago. How can I remember that?
We talked about it a lot, and you said it would be fine.
It's all your fault. You only ever paid attention to Mommy.
You have no intention to admit any guilt, do you?
Really, if you were in my position, I think that you would definitely cheat too.
I didn't think you'd be the type of woman to cheat. Momoko, what do you want to do later? I already booked us a really nice hotel.
Okay.
Do what you want. I'm taking Mommy with me to my parents' house. I just gotten a few days off work anyway. She's not thinking about Mommy at all! Well, I'm gonna go up to the 2nd floor to talk to her. I didn't even have a second to think about how tired I was from the business trip. I ran straight to Mommy's room, and the second I entered, she started wailing and grabbed onto me. She may have gotten big, but she's still only 7 years old. She's at the age where she needs her parents' love the most. I can never forgive Momoko. If she had just apologized, I could have considered giving her a chance, but at this rate, I could never live with her again. I quickly packed and decided to go back to my parents' house for now. The happy household that once was now completely frozen over. Mommy, until things settle down, let's live with Grandma and Grandpa. Your school and my job are nearby anyway.
Does Mommy hate me now?
Of course not. That would never happen. Or so I want to think.
You'll be with me forever, right, Daddy?
Of course. You're Daddy's most important family, and my princess.
I'm gonna be a better daughter. I'm gonna work hard so that I can help Grandpa and Grandma.
Mommy. My parents gave us a warm welcome home, and my daughter seemed happy too. For dinner, we made her favorite fried chicken and pasta, and worked hard to loosen the emotional damage, little by little. I decided to dedicate the next few days off to her, and went to bed. 2 months later, We hired lawyers to go through with the divorce. But we couldn't reach any sort of agreement, and the conversations have continued.
My affair wasn't an affair, it was just some fun.
She wouldn't budge on this, and her former colleague Takuto also wasn't assuming any responsibility, laughing and saying he'd just storm away on whatever settlement we tried to get from him. Just when I was thinking of what a chore all this was, I got a call on Skype. Hey Ryuta, it's me, Alexi. Ryosha? Hey, you scared me. I didn't know who was calling. The dates of my Japan holiday are set, so I wanted to tell you. Oh, nice. It's a little sudden, but the Friday 3 weeks from now, I'll be landing in Japan. What's your schedule like? Luckily, I have a lot of paid holidays saved up. I'll use them while you're here. It's good timing for me and Mommy, too. Mommy? Your daughter? Yeah, actually. Sheesh, that's what happened. I thought the divorce would go more smoothly, but she keeps denying everything. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, well then, me, you, and Mommy, let's go somewhere, the three of us. You sure? When Mommy was little, we got along really well, remember? You know, she was calling you Uncle Alexi. Uncle? Do you want to stay at my parents' house the first night? I'll ask my mom to prepare her shabu shabu. Oh, большое спасибо! Can't wait! Alexi's call saved me a little, and I carried on with my work. Now that the dates are set, I need to request the days off. With a little excitement ahead, I focused on my work for the rest of the day. 3 weeks later, the crepes in Japan really are delicious.
There aren't any in your country, Uncle?
Hey, Mommy. He's not your uncle. More like a brother, okay? It's okay. I'm the same age as you after all.
The chocolate banana crepe was so yummy.
I also love Russian-style crepes, blinis, but I gotta say, I like these dessert ones too. Glad you liked it. It's a new shop that just opened by the train station. It was great. Thank you.
Daddy, I need to use the toilet.
Alright, should we go back to the station? I'll wait right here. Thanks, Ryosha. 3 weeks later, Alexi came to Japan as planned. Mommy was also happy to be reunited with him, and the three of us were tourists eating all around Tokyo. Mommy needed the toilet, so we walked to the train station nearby. About 10 minutes later, when we returned to where Alexi was waiting...
Come on, what do you say? Take me to Russia with you. I've been thrown away by Ryuta, my daughter, and I have nowhere to go. I figured if I move overseas, then maybe I could start a new life. We won't be husband and wife for much longer, so please?
Please, stop! Aren't you Ryuta's wife? Please, don't come any closer to me.
Please?
Hey, stop! What are you doing?
Oh, Ryuta. It's obvious I was following you.
Well, that's gross. Why are you following me?
Takuto ran away from me. Since you were demanding a settlement of $30,000 from each of us, I haven't been able to contact him.
I see. So he kept his word and stormed off.
This is all your fault, hiring a detective and going behind our backs.
Of course I did. There's no way that your affair with that guy lasted only 1 month.
Going out of your way. How disgusting.
In between our divorce negotiations, I was gathering evidence against your statement, Momoko. I wouldn't want to give custody of my daughter to a woman like you. Mommy always liked me more anyway. You went to my parents' place a few times as well, didn't you? After looking for any possible ways to not pay your dues. After following us around, you found Ryosha and thought you could seduce him. Isn't that right?
Ugh. Yeah? And so what?
You were stalking us, and that's illegal. You do realize that, right?
Shut up!
Mommy!
Mommy, I feel so sorry for you too. Single father household will never be happy.
You shut up!
Excuse me?
You heard Daddy, and now you're bothering Brother Alexi. You're not my mom anymore. Daddy works so hard every day for you and me. No matter how busy he was, he never showed his sour face in front of his family. You don't even understand that, and I hate you!
This idiot child!
Be careful! Finally being faced with the truth, Momoko had broken and tried to go after Mommy, but... Please, don't attack Mommy or Ryuta anymore!
Let go of me!
Earlier, you tried seducing me. But even if the world came crumbling down, I would never go out with you.
Huh? Ugh! What?
I also have the right to choose. Any woman who only thinks about herself would be just disliked by any man of any country. I heard about what you have done from Ryuta himself.
That has nothing to do with you.
What you were doing the entire time he was in Moscow. All of it.
You need to stay out of this.
Sure. However, I don't want to see my best friend and his daughter get hurt anymore.
That has nothing to do with you.
Momoko, enough is enough. Ryosha came here on an airplane from Russia to relax and get time off. Stop ruining his time. I heard that your affair partner's wife also found out about you two, and that she's also demanding a settlement from you two, right?
You know that much, huh?
Yep, his wife contacted me. Turns out, he was never divorced while committing multiple accounts of adultery. What you did was a crystal clear affair, and you'll never be able to escape from the responsibility.
It's impossible! Ever since I gave birth to Mommy, I've only ever been a housewife.
Then get back to work and pay it back as you go.
All I ever wanted was to be loved. How could you?
If you're going to keep at it, I'm going to report this to the local police. And I have no intention to let you see Mommy ever again.
This is not how things are supposed to go.
See you, Momoko. With everyone around us staring at her, Momoko couldn't handle the embarrassment. She spat out a classic anime villain character phrase and ran off crying somewhere. Later, Takuto, her affair partner, who had supposedly run away, was found out by a detective hired by his wife and got a fistful of punishment. He also had a child, so I heard he has to pay a hefty settlement and child support fees. A lot happened, but eventually, the two divorces went through. Custody was granted to the ones who got cheated on, and we were able to live peacefully. Takuto was shunned at work by his colleagues and ended up quitting. He's working part-time and barely getting by. Momoko was eventually even pushed away by her parents. She started working in nightlife and is sexually harassed by her customers every night. She might be at her wit's end, but is paying the settlement and child support fees every month. Day of Alexi's return, why don't you bring Mommy and move to Moscow? I don't like the cold. True, in the winter, it gets colder than -3 degrees. My daughter also hates the cold. Well, that's a bummer. If you ever change your mind, you let me know. I'll even introduce you to some beautiful women that are just your type. Stop teasing me!
Alexi, thank you for everything!
I'm also happy I got to hang out with you.
Will I see you again?
Of course. Next time, come with your father to Russia.
Yeah!
I don't know when I'll see you next, but be well, Ryosha. Please, tell your mom that the shabu shabu was delicious. Well then, do skoroje vstreki. We watched Alexi's flight take off and headed home hand in hand with Mommy. When we got home, my life as a single father would begin. But it's not like it's just the two of us alone. My parents are both healthy and help us sometimes. And I'm going to pour my heart and soul into making sure Mommy knows that she's loved.